everyone, and welcome to the Cafe podcast and videos, and we're going to be talking about paganism, Christianity, the Roman Empire, the collapse of the Roman Empire and the rebuilding of it. So here we have the terracotta, which is drawn up by Prince Charles, or King Charles I guess he is now. He's very focused on nature, the planet, and he's also a defender of all faiths. So he is defending more than one god. We'll just have a look at persecution in the Roman Empire. There was a lot of persecution against the Christians, and then eventually there was persecution against the pagans. And before the Christians would have been pagans as well, so it's a repeated pattern. And I do believe that Christ returned in round about 66 to 70 AD. He had his millennial kingdom till about 1066. They do say that the fall of the Roman Empire was gradual and it happened round about 400 AD. Now I've been questioning that, but obviously there will have been the pagans and Satanists who still existed under the millennial rule. It's just that it was mainly peaceful, probably because they all worshipped the one god and not many others, multiple. So we have the persecution of pagans, but we also had the persecution of the Christians. And in the previous video I did about the Teutons, which were Germanic peoples, and I was looking into the Anglo-Saxons, and I was quite confused because I've heard stories about the Anglo-Saxons and the Celts not getting along and they had wars, but then all of my that was what I learnt in school and what is on the signage in the UK. But actually it turns out they work together to bring down, it seems that they work together to bring down the Roman Empire, or the Roman Republic, which was probably then led onto the Roman Empire. So the Teutons have an interesting history. I didn't know much about them. I didn't know anything about them. I'd never heard of them before. They had a knight's order, and what you will see is this symbol, and those who recognise it will know that it stems from the Holy Roman Empire, which was rebuilt in 800 AD. So the collapse of the Roman Empire and the rebuilding of the Roman Empire. And notice they weren't looking to rebuild the Roman Republic. It was the Roman Empire they headed to destroy. And look at the Roman Empire. It went into Africa and Asia, and this Holy Roman Empire, which I still believe that we are in, and I'll show you why I believe that. Queen Victoria, she reigned from 1837 to 1901, and it's 1800s when we notice that a lot of the history becomes quite sketchy, and so is Queen Victoria. She's a sketchy one too. I mean, that face looks like Greta Thunberg, but we're going to look into her mum, because her mum was even more sketchy. She was from the Holy Roman Empire. So there were those who were in line for throne way before Victoria, and they just kept dying suddenly. They were all suddenly dying, and then there were real sort of hate campaigns against one princess who was in her 40s. They were saying no, she didn't have any children. The hate campaign was saying no, she can't be in line for the throne because she's a barren woman. you know, the timing of this, because I wonder if there'd be poisonings against all of those people who are in line for the throne right now. Deliberate poisonings to get rid of some of those people so that they can get someone in particular in. Her husband died suddenly of pneumonia, and it's just, she has a trail of death around her. So the Holy Roman Empire married into the British throne or crown, and the Holy Roman Empire is to do with the Teutons. Yeah, I didn't know any of this stuff. I'm aware of the Holy Roman Empire. I know that they married into the British crown monarchy, but I didn't know about this bunch. And I've always been concerned about the Holy Roman Empire. And obviously Queen Elizabeth, she was a follower of multiple gods, as is Prince Charles or King Charles. So there was another thing which I thought was important, that the Nazis, which is where the Holy Roman Empire stems from, the Third Reich, they were full on board with, and I think Klaus Schwab's dad was involved in renewable energies. So maybe that collapsed, the idea of that collapsed, and war broke out. But right now a lot of people are fully on board with net zero, and we are going through a paganistic period. And a lot of New Age people who I know and have sort of got together with my guerrilla gardening and all sorts of things like that, even they, as New Age people, don't support this renewable industrialist thing. And just one more thing, there's a lot of people who believe that this guy was on their side. This is an interesting book. I've got it. I've got the original, and it wasn't made public to the general public at all. But this book is fascinating because it does explain that this guy was on the side of the industrialists. He was an industrialist, so he was all about backing the renewable energy stuff. And you're going to see that with anyone. You're going to see it that they're showing their side now. You know, you get a lot of populists who are pushing medical intervention when they had no medical background or anything, and they're also pushing the renewable energy and earth worship. So yeah, nothing new is under the sun, but I was just so interested in, but this popped up, these people popped up. Isn't it weird how things synchronize like this? Like you're talking about it just a few days ago, or I'm talking about it a few days ago, and then it all pops up in my mind with the concern about sun worship because of the solar panels and what have you, and sort of like a paganistic future. Yeah, it's really strange how it all sort of synchronizes. It can be quite creepy. I'm sure you've all had it. It is pretty creepy. Anyway, that's it. Please like, subscribe, comment and share, and I'll see you on the next one when I'm going to be doing more dictionary stuff. Thank you.